Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to the best of GSL Group A. Whenever a game gets recommended to me of the new GSL season, I'll be casting it over here on this channel. And in Group A, that will be SOS versus Cure. Starting here on Persephone, one of the new maps with the important feature of having a healing fountain in the middle of the map. Well, it's a healing fountain. The healing is insanely fast on this thing. I've had some really odd interactions where I would fight Hellions over here with a bunch of my Zerglings, and the Lynx wouldn't die, and the Hellions wouldn't die either. Eventually they go down, but it took a very, very long time, and it just feels so weird to have a lot of sustain in the battles, and battles lasting for more than 10 seconds, especially when it's such a kind of a hard counter battle that Hellion versus Ling usually is. This is, however, not a Terran versus Zerg. I'm not sure how much use we're going to see in this. There are air blockers, so you can't actually send air units in here. This purple circle is not just there because it's it's a beautiful little circle. No, it's there because you can't move in with air units. I wonder if it blocks Colossi as well, because Colossi are theoretically air units, but I'm not actually sure about that. Cure is opening up with his most opened up build. It's going to be the 4 Marine 1 Cyclone drop. He's been playing this build an absolute crap ton. Meanwhile though, SOS coming in with a proxy pylon. This is a 3-gate opener, look at that. Oh. Follow-up is going to be a robotics facility. It's not really a base trade, but both players trying to deal a little bit of damage on the other side of the map. So far, SOS getting the better end of this deal. Kills 7 workers and only losing 4 initially over here. Matter of fact, taking a little bit of a beating as well. I do believe Cure can take a couple more of these workers out. Marines are dropping, Cyclone is shooting, and indeed, we're gonna get 2 more worker kills. As there's no blink available, this matter of fact pretty much is free game to do whatever it wants. 24 to 34, no extra barracks out quite yet, and they won't be going up anytime soon either, let me tell you, because there's just not enough cash available. The only available follow-up here for Cure is going to be a 1-1-1 timing attack. It's going to be without cloak. It's going to be with just a single tank and just a single Banshee. This drop, by the way, still dealing serious damage. Poor split out of SOS. Did just lose a couple more workers and hasn't killed any in return. Prism is going to be the follow-up over here. I wonder if this is going to be an Immortal with it defensively. We do have cloak on the way. Oh, dude, look how poor Cure is right now. He is legitimately so poor. It's going to be supply block as well. Does he have supply drop? No, he doesn't. Ooh, this is going to be really expensive. Oh, fool. What is it? 21-second supply block here for Cure. That is going to massively suck for him, because he would love to be producing some stuff. We get a second depot in. He has a bit of cash in the bank. For a second, I thought he was going to wait for a 3rd CC, but it's not the case. It's going to actually go triple CC. Look at this. Barracks now going done. Barracks take 46 seconds to build. Stim takes another 100 seconds. So we're like 2.5 minutes away from Stim and combat finishing. It's going to be like 8:20 or so? 8:20 is when the first push is going to hit. That means that SOS legitimately has infinite time to prepare for it. He could be throwing down a 3rd base over here. He could be getting an extra tech structure, whether that's going to be Templar Archives or Robo Bay. I don't really care, but he has a lot of freedom at this moment. He also has the ability with the Prism to perhaps go for some harassing. Actually, he canceled the Prism initially and went for the Immortal. Understandable. Because, he probably thought he was being attacked. Does not have an Observer, though. Do we have Cloak yet? No, Cloak also got cancelled. Okay, so I think there's not going to be that much damage dealt anymore. SOS not taking a 3rd base is starting to hurt him a little bit, in my mind. I wish I could have done that faster. I love the choice for a Templar Archive, so I think this is absolutely correct. Just gonna add in these gateways as well. It's really fun to see SOS play again. For the people that don't know, SOS has been in this kind of weird limbo where he was like, I think he did an official retirement in 2023, then he kind of came back for a bit and didn't really achieve anything, and now he's back after the GSL and EWC announcements, and he's been playing more than any other pro gamer over the past few weeks. The new season started about, 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and he is somewhere along the lines of like 650 games played already, just on ladder. And I know SOS is a bit of a custom game man as well. He likes playing them custom games. So he's played an absolute crap ton of video games over the past few weeks. And he's been getting in better shape. He's not quite yet where he used to be, mechanically speaking. But when it comes to crafting nifty little build orders, apparently he's still there. He does have the ability, by the way, to potentially feedback this. with a Templar, I would say would not be a terrible call, right? You could just clear that with a cheeky feedback. He has the Templar available. It might be that he isn't doing this because he is trying to keep his Templar hidden. Very often the first storms against Terran are the most powerful ones because they come out of a prism and they're not expected. So if his goal is to surprise his opponent with a storm drop, which is exactly what he's doing, it makes a lot of sense to not show that feedback. Oh, Cure is so quick though. Oh, Cure is so darn fast over here with those pools. Double Templar now coming in. We're gonna get a storm, single storm, second storm. No pickup on that Templar. At the same time, this thing has died. I think... Oh, it must have just flown into the Stalkers or something along them lines. Don't quite see where it went, but it's gone. It has died. Did not need to review anything there. Prism died as well here, didn't it? While I was checking what happened with the medevac. The Prism ended up falling, I guess, to the Vikings. And Cure, although he did not have the most, you know, the hottest start, the greatest thing that could have happened to him wasn't this early game, I still don't mind his position right now. I still don't mind his position. I think SOS's is a little bit better. Actually, yeah, a little bit better. He's going to get a fort base over here as well. Has the ability to maybe go for some Zealot run-bys. Ooh, did this get spotted? Is SOS aware of this? I'm not even sure. I think he is, though. Because he's moving towards that left side. We have how many storms available? 2 storms available. Oh, I'd love for these Templar to enter the prison. He's not going to do that quite yet. Going to be slowly walking prisons, but against triple tank that is scary because the target fire out of these high-level Terrans, these high-level Koreans, is often so good that your Templar can't get close. That's why the prism most often gets used. So far this fight hasn't been that great. More units are being rallied across the map. I think Cure is looking for a kill here. I thought this was just going to be a fort denial push. Cure doesn't see the fort over here and says, hey, what if I just keep going? I have quite a few Marines. Medevac count is really pathetic though. Look at that, only 2 medevacs. They don't have enough energy to heal everything. Double Zealot run by coming in. There's just enough reinforcements at home. There's enough reinforcements at home at the moment. We have a massive depot wall as well over here in the map. Love that. This is gonna die. I mean, these Stormers are just not getting in there. We get a beautiful double drop into the main. We have a Stormer in the main as well. That hit big time. That hit big time. There's just not enough healing. Every stim hurts. Every stim hurt. First Colossus now on the way out. SOS still alive. He's going for this Immortal Storm combination. Immortal Storm combination. 6 Zealots being warped in. That is a more significant force, as this army is moving back home. Don't think you want to go in at this moment, SOS. Oi, 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 oi. A little bit of a mistake. EMP connects. Ghost will get picked up. Oh, well played here by Cure, honestly. These ghosts are so freaking valuable right now. They're the... You know, they're pretty much the oomph in the next push. That's why Cure went back, is to wait for those ghosts. So not losing those is a very big deal. Medevac popping out there just as it was needed was huge. SOS is going to get 10 worker kills. And as there's no fort base up, I feel like SOS has managed to get a bit of an eco lead over here. It's adding in a second forge as well to try and keep up in those upgrades. Colossus are out. And we're still just working with a low Viking count. We only have 2 Vikings right now. We struggled with medevac count for a long time. And now we're most likely going to struggle with Viking count. We have a single Colossus out, second one on the way. Thermal Lens coming out as well. This Colossus needs to be added into the army. It's going to be very vital. There are no Templar here in the mix quite yet. Do we have energy recharge available? Do we? It's not being used right now, so maybe there's no energy on the other Nexi either. He's not using it yet. EMP connects with one of the Templars. Second Templar also gets hit once in the face. Another EMP hits all of the Immortals. Storm from the top. Can we get another Storm over here? Yes, we can. Yeah, well, this was not a great engagement, honestly, for SOS. I feel like these Storms came in very, very late. The Colossus coming in late as well. And these 2 Vikings by themselves are going to be good enough. Cure is actually going to win this fight. I don't think SOS had expected that. I had not expected that because SOS's position was actually quite good. And now all of a sudden it feels like SOS is pretty dead. He just doesn't have the units. More and more reinforcements are streaming across the map. Even off of just 5 barracks, this is going to be powerful enough where I don't think SOS can ever really hold this. The EMPs were phenomenal on the Immortals, on the Storms. The Colossi weren't there for majority of the fight. SOS wasn't in position to to stop him from barging up this ramp. And now Cure is going to take game number 1. Yeah, SOS there, honestly a phenomenal early game. Felt like his mid-game follow-up wasn't quite as tight. And then being out of position in the one fight is going to cost you a game against a player like Cure who knows what to do. Felt like Cure was taking some significant risk. Like you move all the way to the top right with your entire army, leaving your third base open for counterattacks, but SOS was doing none of that, and yeah, gets caught out there in the last moment. Does not get the storms to cover the ramp. It sucks. Look, it sucks. It's gonna suck. It sucks. It is what it is. What are we seeing over here? Cure opening up with a... What's this? Marine Factory Double Hellion? Starport at home. Very frequently with this particular build order, we actually see a proxy starport. I haven't seen this build in 7 years or so. SOS reminiscing here about the good old days when he was winning world championships. He's like, let me just see if them builds still work over here. Okay, yeah, this is going to be the 2 Hellion 4 mine drop. Cool. Yeah, my mind immediately, when I see Reactor Factory, my mind immediately goes to 4 Hellion drop. But then most of the time with 4 Hellion drop, you want to proxy the starport because you get the 4 units out, and then the starport is proxied, you run over there, and then as the medevac pops, you arrive. So it works out well. However, if you build the starport at home, you're going to need 6 factory units, so 3 rounds of units, and then it's going to pretty much match up as well. Then I love going for these 4 mine drops. I think they're very powerful. There's very many different types of executions you can go for as well. Like you can send everything into the natural, drop on top of the adepts, forcing them out of the wall, and then run by with the Hellions to go clear some workers. Like there's just so many options that you have. You can also come from a different side. You can come from in between the bases and then have 2 mines on the ramp and then 1 over here in the main, or in the natural, 1 in the main. You know, there's so many little variations you can do with this build order, and that's what I think makes it such a powerful build. But oh my god, I'm not paying attention. SOS is building a low ground pylon over here. He's just going for a straight up push. He said, hey, I don't need a prism. I don't need reinforcements, at least no quick reinforcements, because I got a freaking double immortal popping out soon. Stalkers at home are going to be defending this together with the double adepts as well. Good control here defensively. This push hit like a freaking truck. There is no tank out. It is on the way right now. We have 2 stalkers to deal with the Banshee potentially. We have the immortal that is now running forward. Can we get some target fire on the Cyclone? SCVs being pulled is going to be an issue. SCVs are phenomenal against immortals and phenomenal against stalkers as well. This Cyclone is dealing a lot of damage. 9 workers so far have fallen. This medevac has been cleared, or at least the units inside of it have been cleared. Another immortal is on the way. SOS so far dealing 10 worker damage, full worker pool away as well. So the Cyclone is going to take this bad boy out in the end, and that is going to be the end, at least for this little push that we had. However, we still have 5 stalkers, 2 adepts, a random pylon halfway across the map, and a superior worker count as well. Immortal once again being chrono boosted, and the question that I have right now is, wait, did the Cyclone just die? The Cyclone just died. The Cyclone just died. Poof, Stalker also will go down. Can Cure hold? If Cure holds, he's actually in not a bad spot at all. He's actually going to be in quite a good spot. Yes, he doesn't have extra barracks. Oh, he doesn't have a wall. Oh, he doesn't have a wall. And there's no Cyclone to deal with this. These Adept Shades are going to be super annoying for him. We're going to get a double Zealot tank. So you send in the Zealots to deal with the initial shots. Oh, barely doesn't finish up. Beautiful stuff. Okay, here comes the Zealot. Target fire is good. Second shot immediately here on top of the Stalkers. Look at a big clump of Stalkers being destroyed by that tank. Viking lands as well. Neil tank is out. It's going to siege up on the high ground. If it gets 1 or 2 free shots here, that would be huge. Oh, 2 shots on that Immortal is painful. Neils on the low ground, though, are being pushed away. Prism is going to help with high ground vision as well. Lots of damage here on this command center. As the tank now moves him forward. We're going to need a big repair here on the CC, but the CC is going to die. A blunder out of Cure, who does not lift. Immortal continuing with those big anti-armor damage. Blasting that CC. Significant blunder here. Really significant blunder out of Cure. Oi, 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 oi. He's now going to move him forward because he wants the kills, but I don't think he's going to get it. Nice control here out of SOS. Prism Micro on point. Target fire on the Stalkers is correct, but it's not going to be good enough as SOS is going to be pushing into a 1-base Terran player right now, while having 2-base himself, following it up with a charge all-in. So it is an initial all-in into another all-in as a follow-up. And he could even throw down a Dark Shrine over here. He has the cash available, but I don't think we're going to have to wait for that. As the triple Zealot warp in, combined with the double Immortal and the Prism, is just going to be enough. I can't imagine a world in which this is not enough. There's 5 gateways out. We're gonna get charged soon. I mean, this should just be game over. I love, by the way, look at this. Cure here was keeping those Marines in the medevac, waiting until we got a full pickup, and actually he's going to snipe the Prism as a result. Genius move. Even, like, despite him being in a genuinely crap spot, he's making things work with the very little resources that he has. A very resourceful player for sure. He's going to pick up, move across the map, 1 tank, 4 Marines. I mean, we know that it's not going to work because we know how good SOS's eco is here. He's taking a 3rd base, has charge done. We're at 6 gateways right now. SOS is going to move across the map. He's going to kill his opponent most likely. Or he's going to sit at home and wait until Cure kills himself into you. Like, there's no bad options here. There are no bad options whatsoever. 2 very cool strategies out of SOS though. Starting with the 3-gate and now with the Robo Proxy. He's a scary guy to play against. And I feel like this is something that Terrans do need. So yeah, GG gets called. The score is 1-1. Yeah, what I was gonna say is that Terrans really need someone to kind of remind them that scouting is important. I feel like too many Terrans have been getting away with no SCV scouting every single game. And a lot of Terrans also just skipping the Reaper. So no SCV scout, no Reaper scout. They're just sitting there pretending that this is a single player game. They get to execute the builds that they want. And SOS is here to remind them that there's a reason, why the word scouting exists. Now, I wonder if Cure is going to change that here. If you're going to open up with like a Reaper into Marine, it feels like as long as the game is stable, Cure is just a slightly better player. Like we saw it in that first game. Once we get into the mid game, SOS is good, but he is getting outmaneuvered a little bit. So it wouldn't completely surprise me to see Cure here open up more standard. Just trying to make this game as normal as possible, yeah. I love that he pretty much got the same conclusion out of those first 2 games as I did. And that is, scouting is maybe necessary. At least it's going to be useful for me to get that info. And Reaper first, out of a single gas expand. So this is pretty much what we call the noob killer, This is not a build that you're going to get a huge advantage with most of the time. You're staying safe so you can kill the noob once you're in a better spot. Clem would play something like this every single time against me. It's like, okay, as long as the game remains normal, there's no weird proxies happening that I'm not aware of, I get my SCV scout in, I know whether there's a Zealot out on the map or not, I know what his stack is going to be, I know everything, I'll be capable of counting pylons inside of his main base, like all of the works. As long as I can do all of that stuff, life is going to be good for me. As, yeah, we have the 2nd Adept on the way. Ooh, what is this? Chrono on the Warp Gate. SOS. SOS. Once again, going to be a 3-gate opener. Now, it is going to be tricky to hide this. The moment the Reaper sees these gates in the wall, he'll know everything. He should know everything. But he's not seeing them quite yet. Reaper has not gotten in there quite yet. The moment you see this gate timing, this Hellion... Where's the factory? There you go. This Hellion is going to scout around for pylons. Now, there are no pylons out quite yet. Okay, this thing is here. This Hellion, it should be used as a scout around the bases. And it will be used as a scout around the bases, knowing Cure. He is a player that has these systems in place. Where's he going? Okay, he's going to the Watchtower. He might be afraid of an actual proxy. He's not going to find a pylon. He's not going to find a pylon. He's not going to find a pylon at all over here. Hellion is going to move in. This scares me a little bit, guys. It's going to be a 5 Adept Shade Buy, because there is a bunker. Probe gets cleared by this car. Oh, this could be such an unfortunate timing here. This could be the worst case scenario, huh? No, medevac isn't out quite yet. So these units haven't gone across the map quite yet. He's still going to finish the shade. Got a couple of kills here. Mine does not get the connection. It's going to be one. Oh, split target fire right now. Oh, good pickup there, dodging one of these shots. Is this going to be enough defensively? I think the answer is yes. Good pickup control here, out of cure. Saving the same Marine twice or even 3 times. Gonna get one more kill on those SCVs. That's not going to be good enough, though. This was a 5 adept shade-in. But that 5 adept shade-in by itself does need to do a little bit more damage. We're still going to have a follow-up available, as we also get the... Oh, we're gonna get a... Oh my god. Straight up attack on the pylon. An assault on the pylon. So this pylon will fall. Third base timing is not bad, by the way. I would never call this a bad third base timing. This is before Robo still, so it's actually kind of fine. Like, SOS is... I really like the way that he's playing. He is playing like someone that is not favored, and I don't think he is favored. Like, he is taking risks. Skipping the robotics facility altogether. That's a beautiful play. Triple depots on the way right now at the same time. Cure's not actually going to be supply blocked, and he won't be for a long time. So he knows that things are probably about to get busy in the next minute or so, and he just wants to have these depots ready, I guess. It's rare to see that, but I don't mind it. In tournaments, I always say, hey, whatever works for you, you know? If you usually get supply blocked at certain points in the game, yeah, in practice, you probably want to practice not getting supply blocked there. But in tournaments, it's better to preemptively build an extra depot when you know things are about to get dicey. And indeed, it is about to get dicey. Here we go, blinking forward. Tank is going to get sniped. Auto turret gets thrown down as well. It's going to be -1, -2 stalkers. No, just -1. SMS did not get the clear there on the bunker. That was quite a bit of goodwill here that he wasted with those stalkers. The first blinking usually has a lot of damage output. Usually can do quite a bit of damage. Not this time though, as Cure's Marines killing 2 probes already. The triple stalker is going to be good enough to eventually clean this up, but a lot of mining time here is being lost. A lot of mining time here is being lost. Third base, however, is active. 53 probes are out. This is a 3 gas, by the way. There's no gas extra in the natural. There is a gas extra on the third base, but it's 3 gas total. Do we have a forge? Okay, we have a forge coming up. Still no robotics facility. Now, this feels bad, but I actually think this is absolutely okay here for SOS. I think this might just be okay. Something that I've seen a lot of tosses do is the moment they see a third CC, they just throw down their own fourth. And that, yeah, I would actually like this. Oh, I would love this SOS. If you can get away with a sneaky fourth base here, he has those minerals available, but he's getting more pylons for now. Probably wants a couple more weapons. He's afraid right now. He's scared. Does see that there is a third CC. And that could indeed be the trigger. Yes, indeed. There we go. He's going to move back and get it going. Supplies here, by the way, quite good for SOS as well. So despite not having the greatest early game, I actually think his position is absolutely fine due to him taking those risks, skipping the robo, getting that fast third base, saying, hey, if you build Banshees, I'm dead. If you don't build Banshees, however, I'm going to have a pretty fast third. And I'm going to have a lot of workers on that. This needs to be microed well. He can't afford to lose any stalkers for free. Loses 1, loses 2 stalkers actually, and only kills 1 marauder and 1 marine. That's a bad trade. You want to be getting some free pickups. Loses a zealot as well over here. Moves to the left. He's going to be out of position if he ain't careful. Mine count isn't very high, so zealot flank could be good here. Oh, gonna get a scan in forward. Oh, SOS, you need to be so careful here. Don't quite think you can engage yet. Reinforcements do need to be picked off. A couple of zealots here would be doing wonders. Gate count is only at 6. Ooh, that is actually fairly low. Another zealot goes down. Second zealot goes down. There's like 5 units that have been picked up for free right now. 2 stalkers and 3 zealots. That is 10 supply. This should be 141 supply. Let's take a look at this flank. Oh, this is an awkward little engagement here. This is an awkward little engagement. I'm not loving this. Fort base also gets cancelled. So the damage has already been done. And now, this was just before +1. And the angle just wasn't there. Very awkward movement. First Colossus is on the way. This is a very big deal. Because the eco is going to be in favor of the Terran now, most likely. Worker counts are even, mules are overpowered, and thus they will be mining quite a little bit more. Gonna be, you know, getting those numbers up to maybe 2,900, 3K, 3.1K minerals a minute. Yes, slightly more gas already as well. And he's going to take 2 more. So he's going to be blasting SOS in the water, out of the water when it comes to the gas count, as well as when it comes to the mineral count. Look at that. That's a 500 mineral difference. That's a lot of supply. That is about 10 supply usually per minute that you're, you know, getting over your opponent. These trades have been so freaking good as well. Look at that. 6k resources lost to 2700, and that's really the main difference here. It is not so much that SOS had a terrible early game. It wasn't great, but it was good enough with the risks that he took. The problem is just that his fights haven't been good enough so far. He's down about 60 supply. He does have a Colossus out, and this map is insanely large, okay? The rush distance on this map is very, very, very large, which means that most of the time there's going to be a lot of units either transferring across the map, or just still hanging out at home, or still in barracks. So if we take a look at the actual supply, it perhaps isn't even that bad for SOS. Like, obviously, 100 versus 44 is really bad, but maybe he can hold on for a little bit longer. Good control there on the Colossus. Nice pullback. Immortal continues blasting as well, as a couple of zealots do end up falling. Supply difference of 50. Once again, we get the preemptive pullback on that Colossus. Extended thermal lens is about to finish up here as well, as the mine falls down. Maybe we can clear these rocks. If you can clear this cooling tower, as long as there's no tank, you can maybe force field this off in some way or form. I'm surprised that Cure's going back, because this army still has, what, 10 Marauders in it? And there's just a lot of stuff at home. There really is just a lot of stuff at home. And that just scares me. First Vikings now in production, ship weapons as well, 2 upgrades coming out. SOS is very far forward for how bad his position is. This Raven is waiting for new energy. There we go, double auto turrets. See if it can clear any probes here. I think the answer might be yes. No, good pull away. SOS is going to survive for now. We have a double drop heading in. I didn't even see it move across the map. I don't think SOS saw it either, as we have a battle in the middle of the map. A couple of these Marauders are going to fall, so the double drop hits. Do we have anything available? Oh my god, the Colossus timing here is immaculate. SOS actually taking some map control as well. 5th base on the way right now. The size of this map is giving him a second life. An actual second life. And I'm not talking about the game The Second Life, in which you can have a virtual second life. This is more like a cat. SOS is like a cat. Or like a cucaracha, of course. These guys never die. +3, +1, 2-2. 2-2 is going to finish way before any of SOS's crap. So it's going to be down 2 upgrades. No armor upgrades on a, you know, a zealot heavy-ish army is not brilliant. Be careful with this, buddy. Be careful with this. Is he going to see the tail end of this army? Oh my god. That is such a nice scout. That is such a nice scout. Zealots now moving in. Oh, there is a planetary here. I don't think you actually want to move in here. Yeah, it's going to run into the natural, but Cure, once again, he's ready already. He knows what's good for him. And what's good for him is keeping stuff at home to deal with the freaking run-bys. I believe that Cure wanted to kill a 5th base over here, but the 5th base has been taken on the far right. This is a typical SOS move. He just does what you don't expect, right? This usually is a 4th base. And the latest it's going to be a 5th. But not for SOS. SOS says, hey, actually, I can do it different. Can we get a couple of sentry force fields here? No, we can't. We're still chasing this army away, though. 3 Colossi alive. Viking count only at 3. 4 Colossi alive. 84 workers right now. Get a scan in the main base. How many gateways do we have? We have 9 gateways, which is decent. We have a Colossus being sent back home. Oh, losing this forge would really hurt. Losing this forge would, I don't want to say be game over, but it would actually be insanely bad. +3 is going to finish up just before. That is so lucky, because that is an upgrade that takes a very, very, very long time. We now have this assault here on the top side of things. SOS is going to run in with the help of the speed zone. Is going to be clearing a lot of these units initially. Keeps most of his Colossus alive as well. 3-3 upgrades about halfway done right now. I am afraid for SOS that I am not sure how good he is in the late game right now. I just don't know. His mid game on the first map did not impress me, but now his staying alive has impressed me. A couple of these fights have impressed me as well. It doesn't feel like SOS should be taking such good fights with the upgrades that he has, with the army composition that he has. He's only working off a single robo. He's going up to a 5th Colossus. We don't really see this. We don't see this. Once there's more than 8 Vikings out, usually the Colossi gets abandoned as a concept. But not for SOS. He just keeps adding in more and more. 3 more gateways coming in as well as the cannon count continues to rise. I just have a difficult time seeing how SOS will take a winning engagement here. It's going to be +2 ship weapons, 3 upgrades for the Bioforce. And there's no real splash except for these 5 Colossi. 6 base on way. Also 90 workers means that his army supply is going to remain at 110. I mean, this is just yikers. This is actually just yikers. Zealots are gonna get caught off guard. This base is toast. EMP, EMP. Oh, beautiful EMP. No recall available as a result of that EMP. That's why you almost always see an EMP instantly when the Terrans rush in like that. SOS is going to try something similar. SOS is okay with doing a 1-for-1 trade here because he has more bases. He's going to win that battle. Blinks in forward, snipes 1 Viking, snipes a 2nd Viking. Viking number 3 goes down. These Colossus are not dealing a lot of damage though. Now actually fighting a depot over here rather than anything else. This is still only half of Kjur's army, but Kjur's army is just too strong. This is what I was afraid of. A pure Colossi army against superiorly upgraded Bio Viking usually doesn't end well for the Protoss. And I was hoping that SOS had some secret sauce that he was going to drizzle on top of this, but it wasn't there. There was no secret sauce. What you see is what you get, and what we saw wasn't good enough. Double drop now. I mean, this is just phenomenal multitasking out of Kjur as well, right? Drop into the main base. We have a drop in the natural, taking off disruptors that want to reinforce. 20 workers have gone down. And I think this is going to be the fatal blow here as the main army now pushes in. I just don't think there are enough units around to deal with this. EMP is not that plentiful, as I don't think we have a single one remaining. Force field is nice, but it's not going to be good enough. Disruptor gets sniped, GG gets called. Kjur is going to win this series with a 2-1 score.